Bad Advice is a character-based game in which a panel of experts will answer questions from the audience. In this game, make sure that you stick to your character, don't drop your character, and that you answer every question in the character. Also, feel free to interact with the other improvisers that are on stage with you.
Hi, I'm Mike. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. They get to take out people's brains.
Hello, my young students. My name is Splinter, and I do things with the Ninja Turtles. I am their sensei. I also like to eat sushi, and I am disgusted by pizza.
Jolly ho there! Colonel Reginald right here. I've just been recently in Australia and I've been searching the outback for various other animals that you may not have known. I've been on adventures that you have not seen before, and I'm willing to tell you about some of them today.
Oh my, that sounds so exciting. My name is Gladys and I have 4 beautiful children.
My dad was having trouble with my mom's... Okay, wait. My dad's having a trouble with a relationship with my mom, so he left. I never see him anymore. Sometimes on Christmas, he sends a card.
My young apprentice, this is very troubling news to hear as your sensei. It is something that people must deal with on a daily basis, and I am sorry that you are now facing those issues at such a young age. So, what I recommend is you build a relationship with karate. Because you build a relationship with karate, you will never ever go lonely again. You will be safe in the streets.
Now, let me tell you something in here. Right, have you ever seen 2 wallabies go at it? And I'm talking about fighting, right? Now, if you see 2 wallabies fighting, you realise one thing, is that they really love each other, okay? So what you want to do there, is what you're going to want to do is you're going to go out there, you're going to find a girl that you can fight with, alright? And you're going to go head to head with her, take her down a couple notches, maybe she takes you down a couple notches, and you realise then that because of those bruises and those cuts all over you, that's love. Right, Meg? It's love.
Now, I'm not sure if I agree with this young man about fighting as a road to love as much as I think maybe building a strong foundation of friendship. I always found that the best times in my marriage were always long conversations over some homemade cookies and milk. Maybe even times when we said, do we want to kiss? Not now. Maybe let's just hold hands and cuddle. That's how you really get to know someone. Well, I'm not sure how much help I'm going to be in that particular department. I did not need to print out a resume for my current job, which is housekeeper. I do work quite a bit, though, and don't get paid as much as my husband does in monetary value, but what I do lack in money, I make up for in love. So, if I had to put together a resume, I might say special skills, diapers, mopping, and love. That's what I would say.
There are no jobs out in the outback, mate. Let me tell you that. When you're out there, it's man eat man, croc eat croc, wallaby eat kangaroo, because they're smaller and feisty. So, what I'm going to tell you right now is that if you want a job, you've got to go out and take it. You got to take it, mate. Because if you're just going to sit back and type up a piece of paper that's supposed to say, well, you're qualified to be in a position of authority, then I hope that the lions eat you. Now, given the lions are in Africa, but they ship them over to Australia all the time, all right? So that's what I have to say.
Oh, my. It's very silent.
Again, we are faced with a question that I wish not to answer. So, I will answer in the best way I know how, with an old Japanese saying that was taught to me when I was a very young rat learning karate. The saying goes like this: be the butterfly that you learn to float in the air with wings of butter and fly around and make wonderful love with the air, and that way you'll spin back down to the ground in a cocoon of enjoyment, and you will have a job that you love and a career that makes you lots of money. And then you will retire a very unhappy old man who teaches ninjas and teenagers how to do karate.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was very beautiful at first.
One time, I found $1 in my mom's purse, so I bought a rabbit. That rabbit had babies, and she ate them all.
That's what happens.
Oh my.
I don't have any friends.
Finally, a question that I am comfortable with. Back in the 1980s, me and my young students fought aboard something called the Technodrome. We fought Shredder and that stupid brain-looking thing. He wasn't much of a fight because all he was a brain, but he had that big stupid body that looked like plastic and cardboard. My students did a good job of making him turn into rubble and destroying him and sending him to Dimension X with the rock creatures and the other crazy things that came out of Dimension X. Me and the turtles after that, we got together and we ate pizza, and for the first time I put sushi on pizza, and it was the most enjoyable experience I've ever had. Melted cheese and crab stick, very good. Shrimp tempura, Now, I forgot what I was talking about. So, go out on your own and find the fight that you know is inside of you.
Right, listen to me. When a koala is about to leave its parents, do you know what happens to it? Yeah, that's right. It dies.
Oh.
That's right. When a koala leaves its parent, it dies. That's why they have close-knit families. So what I'm telling you right now is that if you try to leave because your parents don't approve of something that you do or your friends, you will be eaten alive by the world out there. You know, mate? You know what I'm talking about? I'm not kidding, all right? I've been there. I'm Colonel Reginald. I know exactly what it's like, because when I left my parents, I lost part of my...
It's all right. Let it out.
It's all right, young master.
I left. I lost part of my right calf.
Oh my.
Yes. It's bitten off by a rabid kangaroo.
I don't have calves.
And I wish I was dead. I wish.
Well, that's very dramatic and exciting, I guess. And in a strange way, I think I agree with the Colonel. Usually, as a parent, when my children may make friends with some of the wrong crowd, as I like to call them, I would prefer if they would just maybe not talk to that friend as much or at all, you know. There are lots of fish in the sea, and there are plenty of new, wonderful, wholesome, and healthy friends to be had out there. So maybe your parents just know something that you don't, you know? Maybe they see that you're hanging out with some loose people, and that's never a good idea.